So what are the proven principles of growth on YouTube? If you want to get more views, more subscribers, and ultimately create a greater impact with your channel, well, in this video, I'm going to be revealing the 7 C's of YouTube success and breaking those down one by one so that you can ultimately not just grow your channel, but also grow your income in the process. But hey, if we're just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell, and here on Think Media, my passion is helping you figure out the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. And recently, I just wrote a book with co-founder of Video Influencers, Benji Travis, and in it, we reveal some fresh strategies for really helping you get ahead and create a massive impact on YouTube. A lot of people have been getting great results with these, and we're gonna dive into it right now. So thanks so much for checking out this video. And so the 7 C's of YouTube success is what this training is all about. And actually, I wanna do a couple giveaways. So if you would like to win a copy of this book, just leave a like and a comment on this video. It just came out September 25th, and we're really excited about it. It's been getting some incredible reviews. You can check those out over on Amazon, but I wanna hook you up with a free copy. So just smash like on this video, leave a comment, and you'll be entered to win a free copy of this book. And in it, we talk about these 7 C's of YouTube success, which I'm gonna be doing an overview in this video. Now, this is actually kind of more of a training. So if you wanna grab a journal, something to write with, I think you're gonna get a lot of personal clarity that's gonna help you really grow your channel. And I'm gonna be talking about 20 different questions that are very important for you to answer as a content creator or as an entrepreneur for really getting some clarity about your growth strategy for your channel. Now, here on Think Media, this is my personal channel, but Benji and I are from Video Influencers, and if you're just meeting us, our passion over there is helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And as far as who we are and why we maybe even have authority to talk about these things, together we have over 2 decades of industry experience. We've uploaded over 5,000 videos between us on our various channels or with clients or different people. Over 2 million subscribers between his and my different channels. 2 7-figure brands. We've each built million-dollar businesses. We've interviewed over 100 video influencers over on that channel, and we've helped thousands of entrepreneurs and business-minded content creators really figure out how to leverage YouTube to get ahead. And we've been asking over the past 4 years since starting that channel, what are the proven principles of YouTube success? There's all kinds of tactics and there's gimmicks, and people are always looking for tricks to get ahead. But this video is about the foundation, about the solid building blocks and the 7 elements you really need to create a solid YouTube channel that makes a massive impact. Over the last 4 years, from interviewing people, we've been figuring out the secrets of top influencers. We've been testing our own theories and strategies on our own businesses and our personal brands. And we've come up with these 7 C's of YouTube success, and we've really verified it. I mean, we've run it through not just our tests, but the tests of really hundreds and thousands of students, of people in the Think Media, the video influencers community. And this is what we've come up with, so I'm excited to share them with you. So the 7 C's of YouTube success are courage, clarity, channel, content, community, cash, and consistency. And we'll spend the rest of this video going through each one by one and talking about some important questions related to each one that will help you. And here's the thing, this is a framework. And so as we're going through this, I want you to rate yourself from 1 to 10 in each area. Meaning if your channel right now is like a 4, and you bring that up to an 8, then you can get more views and you can make more money and make a greater impact. If your clarity right now is like a 2, you're like, I'm not really sure what my niche is, what my focus is, but you can get that to even a 5, you're gonna make a greater impact. And so as we go through these, think about which C's you need to work on and rate yourself as far as where you are, because once you identify, then you can raise that level and ultimately improve your results. And so the first C is courage, Ultimately, if you're gonna start a YouTube channel, it takes courage to punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, and press that record button, right? And so you got to actually have courage to start. And one challenge I want to give you is that if you've been watching Think Media for any length of time, if you've been on this channel and you've watched over 10 videos about YouTube and you haven't posted your first video, I want to give you a challenge to post your first video in the next 48 hours. Sean, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Look, you got to punch fear in the face. You got to just hit record. Grab your smartphone, turn it sideways, flip the selfie camera on and be like, hey, Sean here. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, but I'm just going to get started, and upload that. Look, you don't have to make it public, but don't stop pondering and press record. You got to start with courage. But here's the thing is even after you start, there's some advanced things you could do as well. So the first question is, when are you going to post your first video? When are you going to post your first video? In fact, tell me in the comments if you haven't posted your first video yet, or tell me, when did you post your first video? And how long have you been on YouTube? Soma's said, I've already started. Kat says we posted over 100 videos. But if you haven't, I want you to pick a calendar date. Maybe it's that 48-hour challenge, and post your first video as soon as possible. But you might be saying, Sean, I got this one. I've been posting videos. It's no big deal. I don't need courage. I would challenge you that actually this isn't a linear process. These C's we have to keep coming back to. And all of us need new levels of courage to go to the next level. I want to ask you, have you actually been getting comfortable? And do you need to step out and maybe take a few risks? No risk, no reward, right? And so what is the next level of courage for you? An advanced question to ask would be, what's the next level of courage? And that could be, for me, sometimes I shrink back from sharing my personality, even here on Think Media. Sometimes I'm reviewing tech and I forget to even, be myself, if you will. And I'm myself, but what I mean is, if I put myself out there, what are people going to think? If I really share my opinions or my beliefs, what are people going to think? But I've learned that actually when we are truly ourselves and when we're bold, that's when the breakthrough happens. So even if you're a seasoned veteran content creator, I know there's a new level of courage for you. And you might be feeling right now like, you're right. Like there's some video ideas that I think could blow up, but I'm afraid of how I might be judged because of them. Maybe it's time to press record at another level and step up to that next level of courage. So what is the next level of courage for you, your channel, the topics you're covering, and your boldness related to your topic? The second C is clarity. Clarity. And for this, what is your end goal? You have to start with the end in mind. And a lot of us on YouTube sometimes don't have clarity of what our end goal is, right? Who is it we're trying to reach? How often are we going to be uploading? Clarity about our branding, our positioning. And so if you want to have maximum success, you always want to start with the end in mind. You don't go to the airport and just go up to the ticket counter and say, I just like one. They go, where to? You go, I don't know. What do you got? What's available? Chicago. All right, give me that one. Right? Nobody does that. When you make travel plans, you set a destination. I'm in Vegas right now. And so if I want to go to Florida, well, I know which direction I'm going. And then I can start thinking, okay, well, I know I need to go to Florida. I know I need to be there by next week. So what are my options? I could drive, I could fly, I could hitch a ride, I could take a train maybe. There's different ways to get there, but at least I've defined my end goal. What's your end goal? What do you ultimately want to build with YouTube? What is it you ultimately want to accomplish on your YouTube channel? What is your end goal? And here's a few clarity questions. Who is your content for? You might say, well, Sean, my content's for everybody. I'm funny, I'm inspirational, and everyone's going to love my content. Well, guess what? That's not true, right? Like there's 7 billion people on the planet. None of us like the same things. Some of us, we share similar interests, but you might like country music. You might like classical, right? You might like hardcore hip hop, or you might like death metal. Like we all like different things. And so I've learned that if you try and reach everybody, you end up reaching nobody. And so you want to have a target audience. So who is your content for? And then also, what is the promised value of your content? That means when you know who your content is for, here on Think Media, the promise is, look, you're going to come to this channel. We're going to bring you the best tips, videos like this, tips to help you grow your brand, grow your influence, learn how to leverage YouTube, online video, digital media, content creation, and also tools. USB mics, cameras, lenses, lighting, all these different tools for content creators, the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Is your promise value a weekly gardening video? Is your promise value a weekly fitness video? Is your promise value how to save money on your taxes? 3 videos a week about cooking? Is it daily vlogs? And is your promise value to entertain? Or is it your promise value to inspire? Look, you need to be able to tell people why they should, why your channel is valuable. And that's up to them to decide. But you could say, look, this channel is supposed to make you laugh. That's the promise value. So that's what we're working on, is to deliver that value to you on a weekly basis, a couple times a week, once a month. And so that's number 3. When are you going to deliver that value? Like, when is that coming out? Is it one video on your YouTube channel every Tuesday, and then some social media support platforms? Some people, Heather on my team has a homeschool channel, and it's called the Homeschool House. And she is doing, I think, 1 video a week is her target for delivering that value, and 1 live stream every other week. What I encourage you to do is make like a napkin plan, just super simple. Just write it down. Like, I'm gonna do 2 videos a week, and here's the promise value, and here's who they're for. You start getting clarity, and you bring your clarity from a 3 to an 8, you're really gonna be able to level up your impact. Next is channel. Now, your channel is the home for your content. And when I think about, our home, I live here in Vegas with my wife, Sonia, and our 2 chihuahuas, Sophie and Rosie. And, a lot of times on like a Friday night, we're pretty low key. We'll just chill, make some food, Netflix. Come on, somebody, Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, sorry for that. We like to, just hang out, and we're pretty low key, even though we live here in Vegas. What do you like to do on Friday nights? Or maybe what's one of your favorite Netflix shows? Let me know in the comments. But, when we're just hanging out at home, the house might be a little bit messy. We just might be like in some pajamas. We might like not do the dishes that night because we're just chilling. But if we're going to have people over to our home, we're going to throw a party, we're going to have our team over, guess what we do? We clean it up, right? If we're going to throw a party, we might get some balloons, we might get some decorations, we might actually spruce things up a bit because we're having guests. Well, your channel is the home for your content. My question, is it ready for your guests? Is it ready for people that are discovering you? Because guess what? You only get 1 chance to make a first impression. And so you want to make sure that your channel is reflecting, is welcoming, and is communicating the message that you ultimately want to communicate. So here's the question. What message does your channel branding communicate? Does the cover image, do the thumbnails, does the about page, do the playlists, are they communicating a clear message and the very message that you hope it's communicating? If you want your brand to be joyous, professional, crispy, clean, excellent, and your avatar image is a far off picture of you in the dark, grimacing, but you're like, no, I'm a fun-loving person and people are gonna love this channel. Well, then it's maybe not communicating your intended message. If your channel is about fishing, but the cover image doesn't really immediately show me that with visuals, then maybe it's not communicating your intended message. So what message do you want your channel to communicate? And is your channel communicating that message? It's a great question to ask. And does your channel need to be cleaned up? Is it time for spring cleaning on your channel? Do you need to freshen up that avatar image, update the cover, maybe fix your homepage up with playlists and organization, get a channel, get a channel trailer uploaded or whatever. And by the way, in all of these C's, we go into much more depth in the book, YouTube Secrets, but I just want to give you an overview of some of the ways to think about and walk through this entire framework with you. So next up is going to be your content. Now, we could talk about, by the way, we could talk about any of these C's for hours. Like, they go very deep with strategies and tactics, but content is very, very important. In fact, we've all heard the phrase, content is king. The reality is, if you fail with content on your YouTube channel, you'll fail, period. Content is the very essence of how to succeed on YouTube. If your content right now is a 3, and remember, rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. If your content's a 3, and you can get that to an 8, come on, you're gonna start having a massive, massive impact. And on this channel, Think Media, and also Video Influencers, which if you haven't subscribed, definitely check out that channel. We're gonna be sharing a lot of content over the next couple weeks that's going to help you level up your content, tactics, strategies, because this is one of the things that we realize is the most important. And so definitely subscribe for more of this. But just as an overview, good content is going to fit into a few different categories. And before you press record or before you press publish, think about which of these your content is trying to achieve. Again, having clarity is so important. And if you set out being like, I'm just going to press record, I'm not sure what value I'm going to deliver to the other person, then you want to pause and figure it out and have it fit into one of these categories. Is your content going to be inspirational, informational, educational, motivational, entertaining, or is it going to create connection? And so a couple, I'll hit those again. If your content's going to be inspirational, then go for it. Be like, hey guys, your target is to inspire people on the other side. Informational, that's gonna be like news. If it was real estate, you might talk about the local rates. It's a seller's market, rates are up, mortgages are down, whatever it is, loans. And so you could just educate some facts about what's happening in your industry. Or it could be a channel like Phil DeFranco's. It's a news channel, it's informational. It could be educational. This is an educational channel. Education on how to use cameras, which camera to get, YouTube tips. It could be motivational, whereas that's maybe more on your mindset. My friend Evan Carmichael has a really good motivation channel under his name, Evan Carmichael. Entertaining. Most comedy, music, vlogging channels are entertainment channels. It's not that you're going to necessarily learn anything. You're not really getting news or information, but you're there to be entertained. And the last one is connection. And that could be actually live streams or videos that aren't really meant to do any of the above, but are simply just meant to connect. Meaning you might go live and have a conversation with somebody and engage in the comments. Because one of the powerful things about YouTube, right, is this is a community. It's powerful that we can get on here and I'm able to look over here as we are live, and maybe you're watching this on the replay and say, what's up, Silicone Seb? What's up, Thrice a Kept? What's up, Eric? Good to see you guys. This is a community thing, and we can actually create connections. It's not just a one-way street. We can have conversations with each other on this platform. What's up, Christian Vetter? Good to see you. Jose, great to see you. Matty Lou, man, glad you're here. Connection, right? It can be very, very powerful. And one thing I would encourage you is that if you can stack these, then you really are creating powerful content. I mentioned Phil DeFranco, where I get my news. One of the reasons I watch him is not just because he's informational, but he's also educational. I learn something, I get the facts, but he's also entertaining. Like, he puts his show out in a very entertaining way. And he also creates connection because he's like, look, this isn't a one-way conversation. I want to hear from you. Do you kind of feel this way or do you feel this way? Let me know in the comments. And sometimes he's inspirational. So you could potentially compact all of these things into your content. Now you're going to bring your content from a 2, right, to a 10 if you really begin to stack these various forms of content value. All right, the next C is community. Community. Now, YouTube is all about community. And so a question to ask is, how can you care for and connect with your community at a higher level? And so this could be things like, now you're following all these C's. You're pumping out content. Your channel's optimized. You're clear about what you're doing. So now people are coming. Now people are leaving comments. Of course, one, reply to those comments. Power tip here is don't just reply to comments. Try to start conversations. And I'm not very good at this. And so I want to do this more because a lot of times when we're in the Think Media comments, you'll see a fist bump, a little lightning bolt, and that 100 from me, or you'll see a thank you. But ultimately, it's best if you can take the conversation to another level. Don't just like reply. If they ask a question or make a comment, keep the conversation going so it threads, if that makes sense. But additionally, you could also take the conversation off YouTube. How can you care for and connect with your community? A lot of us, you and I, have probably connected on Twitter. We've probably had conversations over there. I'm very active. So if you send me a tweet, I'm probably at least going to heart it. I'm probably going to reply to you as much as I can because I want to connect at a higher level. At times, I'll send Twitter videos. Ask yourself, how can you care for and connect with your community at a deeper level? And then how can you maybe even take it up to another level? Just trying to think about, we're trying to give away a couple free books. If you want to win a couple copies of this, smash the like button and leave a comment below because I want to add value and hook you up with something free. I want to add free videos on this channel But how can you care for your community by going the extra mile, trying to reply to emails, trying to maybe take it to Instagram and go into your DMs and add value or just connect with people? A friend of mine and someone that's a member of the Think Media community, Justin, has kind of a faith-based channel. And so people ask him questions and he'll jump on a 30-minute Skype call with somebody just to add value, just to connect with them. You know, of course, no charge or anything. That's really powerful. You know, he's pumping out public YouTube videos, but he's willing to trade his time to really create deeper connections with his community. I'll tell you what, if you want to level up your YouTube channel, ask yourself how you can care for, connect with, and connect with your community at a higher level. All right, the next one's cash, right? If you're gonna have not just a successful YouTube channel, but a profitable YouTube channel, you gotta find out a way to make cash. You gotta find out a way to monetize your channel. And I'd say this, YouTube ads, I know it can be discouraging. I know that recently a lot of people, their YouTube partnership was revoked. Now you need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers within 12 months to even be able to monetize. But here's the good news. YouTube ads are my least favorite way of making money on YouTube, right? And so we actually in the book cover 10 different ways to make money on YouTube. And in this video, we definitely don't have the time to explore this topic, but the cool thing is I've actually gone really deep here on this channel and created a playlist that I'll share with you in a second. But here's a big question. How are you going to monetize your content? How are you going to monetize your content? If you're not making any money right now, well, you may maybe at a 0 out of 10, right? Maybe you're at a 1, but you can add additional monetization strategies to bring that 1 to a 5. And one of the biggest ways I'd want you to think about this is not about YouTube ads, but what are other ways you can make money, especially along the lines of freelancing or coaching or affiliate marketing or selling your own products or even network marketing or supporting your existing business. There's so many different ways to do that. For me, if you were to say, Sean, what's your favorite way of getting started with earning revenue on YouTube? My favorite is affiliate marketing. And so we actually have a playlist about that, how to make money with affiliate marketing, a whole video series. And if you haven't watched that, I really encourage you to check that out sometime later. And so I'll link that up on the YouTube card and in the description below, because for time's sake, I just want to do an overview of the C's. But definitely take advantage of that series because you'll get a lot of insights. And if you want to pick up a copy of the book, we definitely go a lot deeper into monetization strategies in the book. All right, the next C is consistency. And the final C, at the end of the day, you got to stay consistent. You can't just upload one video to YouTube. You can't even just upload 5. You have to keep at it to get traction, to get things going. And the reality is this, is that YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. And as a runner myself, I ran a half marathon last year in Las Vegas. It's cool. You go down the strip, nighttime, all these glow sticks out. And I got really sick at the end, but it was pretty cool. I finished in the top 25% of runners. And Benji, the co-author of YouTube Secrets, who got me into running. And one of the things I've learned about running is that the way you approach a marathon is dramatically different than the way you approach a sprint. If you're going to sprint, your shoes are different. Your breathing is different. Your mentality is different. Of course, the amount of energy you exert out of the blocks is different. Whereas a marathon, your pacing is going to be different. Your breathing's different. Your shoes are different. You might even bring some little honey or like little fruit gel packs with you, maybe some water with you. You don't sprint with water, right? It's really quick. But a marathon's the long haul. You're pacing yourself. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make on YouTube is they get excited, they get passionate, and what they do is they exert sprint type effort, but then you hit a wall. You can burn out. It can get discouraging. And all of a sudden you go, you post a bunch of videos and then there's nothing and you just crash. I would much rather you post 52 videos over the next year, 1 a week, than 52 days straight for 52 days and then just go dark because you've burnt out. And so many people, especially if they're vlogging, I don't know, let me know in the comments if you can relate to this, that it's a lot of work to build your YouTube channel. It takes a lot of effort. And so you want to pace yourself, right? Because YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. But as far as the question for this one is, what smart systems can you create to stay consistent on YouTube? What smart systems can you create to stay consistent on YouTube? And what I mean is this could be things like batching your videos. A friend of mine, Crystal Sparks, has a weekly channel that is inspiring for women, and she only shoots 12 times a year. What? Just 12 times a year? Yeah. She shoots once a month. She shoots 4 videos. When she sits down, she prepares them before the shoot day. And then she has a video a week for that entire month. And she's really busy with her career, with her family, with her kids, with her responsibilities, and even with her entrepreneurial side businesses and everything she's doing. So she needs smart systems in order to stay consistent. This also goes into your workflow. How can you speed up your workflow? Your editing, your computer, your software, the way you edit, how fast you transfer footage, little things like that can speed up your workflow, because I know you're busy, right? Come on. I know that you've got stuff to do. You've got work, you've got school, you've got friends, you've got family, and you love this YouTube thing and you want to build your influence here, but you understand how practical life is and that you maybe only have limited hours per week. You want to be smart and efficient with that time during the week so you can have maximum impact. So what smart systems can you create to stay consistent on YouTube? Those are the 7 C's. And here's the thing. You want to keep doing them over and over. Notice that these were not a linear 7 C's. You don't start and then there's a finish line. One of the facts about YouTube is that this is an ongoing process. That I don't care if you have 0 subscribers, if you have 1,000 subscribers, or if you have 1 million, you need the 7 C's. And you're not going to stay, even if you're succeeding right now, you're not going to keep succeeding if you don't keep working on these and leveling them up. You want to keep tapping into new levels of courage. Keep getting greater clarity about your audience, your content, who you're trying to reach, what your messaging is, what your branding, your positioning is. Keep leveling up your channel. Make sure it's optimized. Make sure just all the links are working. Everything's accurate. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure that when people land on that homepage, they can understand what your content is all about. Keep leveling up your content. Keep going deep with your community and adding value. Keep figuring out new ways to monetize and how to optimize your current income streams. And keep thinking about smart ways to stay consistent, as well as tapping into the mindset of perseverance and persistence that it takes to be successful on YouTube, because YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. And so your goal is to continually evaluate and level up each area. And I asked you to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. And when you do that, you're going to be able to then at least see and say, yeah, I mean, when I think about it, my content, man, it's like a 3 or a 4. Work on that. Just get that to a 5 or a 6. And as you keep making progress, remember, practice is not about perfection. Practice is about progress. It's about being better than yourself yesterday. It's about improving on your content than how good it was yesterday. It's about always just making steps forward, and little by little, a little can become a lot. And so thank you so much for checking this out. A couple other things. One, if you want to check out the book, there's links in the description, tubesecretsbook.com. If you want to connect with Benji or I, we're over on all the social media platforms at Sean Cannell and at BenjiManTV. We're giving away 2 copies of the book, and that'll end on Friday, September 28th. And so leave a comment and make sure you like this video. That's how you're entered to win. We'll randomly pick a couple winners, and then we'll mail you out a copy. So make sure your YouTube notifications are on and whatnot, so you can see when we comment on that comment to make sure we get you the copy that you win. And when you buy the book, there's actually a couple free bonuses that come with it. We've put together $97 worth of bonuses. A workbook, it's a digital workbook that'll walk you through with more clarity questions. That'll help you really refine your content strategy, refine your channel. Totally free. You can just download that. And then an advanced YouTube secrets training video with Benji and I. Totally free. All you got to do is pick up either the Kindle or the physical book. And on the website, tubesecretsbook.com, there's a way that you can enter to win or just claim those free bonuses when you purchase a copy of YouTube Secrets. Question of the day: which C do you need to work on the most? Which C do you need to work on the most? Is it your courage? You got to get that first video out, or share that message in that video you've been afraid to share? Is it something else like monetization? Let's figure out ways to make money, because I want to do this thing full time. Here's the good news, and we're going to be talking about this in future videos. You don't need a lot of subscribers to necessarily even go full-time on YouTube. I've had friends that have gone full-time at 3,000 subscribers, 10,000, and So there's strategies, and we're going to be covering those. So maybe it's your cash, right? Maybe it's your consistency. You've been all over the place. Maybe it's clarity. You don't know what's going on. Which C do you need to work on the most? Let me know in the comments section. And thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're not subscribed, of course, subscribe and ring the bell. If you want to check out some other videos from Think Media, click or tap the screen right there. And remember, this channel is all about helping you with the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video. Later.